Hello, everybody. My name is Gavin Hawk, and welcome to the Stanley Parable. This game came out a while ago, and I've been wanting to get to play it, but I've seen a couple creators lately start playing it, and I was like, you know what? I'll play it. I didn't watch their gameplay, so like I don't know what to expect. So you are playing the Stanley. Oh, that's cool. It's like showing an infinite amount. That's cool. Begin the game. End is never the end. Is never the end. Is loading. Nah. Ah, okay. That makes sense. It's taking a long time to load. Click to skip.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
As we all
Orders came
do.
to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push,
Huh.
how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
That's a very depressing
And
job.
although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Yeah, it kind of looks like he was made exactly for this job.
Was happy.
Well, whatever floats your boat, pal.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
What?
Something that would forever change Stanley.
What happened?
Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Oh, that's
no one
odd.
had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never
Huh.
in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
Huh.
Something was very clearly wrong.
Obviously.
Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I don't know, when I press C it makes a weird sound. Oh.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the
Oh,
pressure.
I didn't
What
leave,
if he
that's
had to
why.
make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No.
Nope.
This couldn't go any way except badly.
Yep.
The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait.
Yep.
Nothing will hurt me.
Nothing will hurt me.
break me.
Yep.
In here I can be happy forever.
Yep.
I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed.
What?
Then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do.
Okay.
Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
I'll stay in my office. Thank you. Fine, I'll walk out into the outdoors. No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What
Stanley
happened?
decided to go to the
Whoa, are we
meeting.
like
Perhaps he had
right
simply
next to the
missed the
sun? What is
memo.
happening?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace
Hey!
of his co-workers.
Where is everyone? Where'd everyone go? I hate Mondays. Yep. That's gonna close, isn't it? No. Okay. Anyone? Hello? Looks like people went up in the vents. This is... Wait a second. This is my office again. What? Did I just go in a circle? Yes, I did. 422. Yeah, I just went in a circle.
When Stanley
Oh,
came
okay.
to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nah, I'm entering the door on my right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend
Yeah,
a few
it's
moments here in
beautiful
this
room.
immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Nope.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope. Not doing it, pal. I ain't listening.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Okay, penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off of the cargo lift, $5,000. But won't I die if I jump off the cargo lift? So how is there a penalty?
Look, Stanley, I think
Whee!
perhaps we've gotten off. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Oh.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Oh, okay. I want to go back to that
All of
lift.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We're gonna zoom back here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
We'll zoom
just
through
to
here.
admire it.
Zoom through here.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business,
Yeah.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope. That's not how we do it. Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
That sucks that I can't jump. Okay, let's go.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
You sound like
that
my enemy.
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been
I could have jumped down there,
neglecting,
couldn't I?
Someone you've forgotten about. Please. What? Really?
Eh.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to
Danger
happen to
everywhere.
you?
Yes!
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
It's dark over. Oh.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Should I give him a chance? What if I go back? Nope, no going back. We're going through the blue door, pal. Sorry.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope, blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, blue door!
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Yeah!
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even
what?
finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was
Yes.
it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes!
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because
Yes.
I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see.
Yep.
Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels
Am I in the
leaps
back
ahead
rooms?
of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
No.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Oh, you want critical feedback?
A
Boop.
1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that?
Everything.
But I guess it isn't my place to judge.
Yeah.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
We'll go here.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Okay. Oh.
In this game, the baby crawls left
what?
towards danger.
Wait, what?
You click the button to move him back to the
Oh.
And if he reaches the fire,
This went dark really fast.
it's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
This
Be
got
sure to
really
keep
dark
notes on
really
your
fast.
experience.
Wait, no, don't go.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm
YouTube
completely out of
overlords.
ideas.
That was
I
obviously
can't
not a
think
real
of
baby.
single thing that might
This is a
improve the
game. That's
experience
not a
for
real
me.
baby. See,
I'm
cardboard.
not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
What is happening?
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
I swear if it kicks me out. What?
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with.
What?
Is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough?
I'm in
Well, it
Minecraft?
is. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose.
What?
Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then...
What?
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off...
That door.
Yes, it's
Why?
complete.
Why?
I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art.
Very
and
beautiful.
Feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
It's every
But you've only
Minecraftian's
seen it from the
house.
outside.
Well, for their
You've
beginning.
only gotten half the experience. Please step inside and make yourself comfortable.
What happens if I don't? I'm just doing the opposite of whatever he tells me to do. Beautiful Minecraft world. That's so funny though, dude. Will it do anything if I don't go in? Guess I'm going in. I can't. There we go.
Isn't it grand?
Sure.
Isn't it perfect?
Yeah.
It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond.
Oh!
Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Oh, okay. This is more like it.
It looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Did I bring a light?
Oh, no, 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 no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Oh, okay, new game? I swear to God if it's Fortnite or something. What? What is this?
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love
I don't know what
it.
this game is either.
You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired.
Hey, get me out of here.
I couldn't have done it any better myself.
What?
What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
I'm angry. You can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled it? Ah, okay. Nice.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius.
Yeah, I'm smart.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty.
What?
I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games. And I have...
What the heck? Oh! We... I really don't like this. I really don't like this. Hey, bud? Oh, light. So about that meeting, about, like, me missing the meeting for my coworkers, oh. Is that my office? 427? Yeah! Hello? Huh. Hello? I guess nothing in here. Anybody? I really don't like that.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice.
Yeah, sure.
And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be
Bro
back.
has
No
main
way.
character syndrome.
Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Okay.
I can wait.
Sure. I can wait too. Oh, okay. End is never the end of... What?
All of
What?
his co-workers were gone. What could
We're
it
gonna
mean?
go over here.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
I'm
he had simply
curious.
missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he
Left
entered the
room.
door on his left.
Let's see what happens when we follow his orders.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Tips for not getting
Feeling a
fired.
wave
Talk
of
less.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Up? Oh, I'm going down.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It is red, dude. Like, it is red. Oh.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Yep,
He might be fired
totally.
for that.
It's not like I'm
and
trying
in such
to...
a competitive economy,
Oh,
why had he
no.
taken
Is it a
that
loot?
risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were
Yeah.
they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
I'm dreaming!
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job.
Yeah.
He wasn't crazy after all.
Technically, since I'm
He
dreaming,
thought
then
to
can I do
himself,
whatever I
I
want?
suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Whoa!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not
Is this No
woken
Man's
up.
Sky?
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
Yeah.
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing
don't
that
know.
if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
Can we please
After
keep
all,
going? Go
he
on,
knew
dude.
for certain,
Let's go.
beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently,
Oh, whoa,
and he
whoa, whoa,
invited
whoa.
himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
Yeah, let me wake up.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job.
Please.
Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real.
Whoa.
Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh. Neat.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
What?
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows
Did this guy just kill me?
And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I
Bruh.
am sane. I am in control of my mind.
That's what you
I
think.
know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. Very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna run and
All of his
do everything he
coworkers were
says.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait, I wonder what happens now. When I go on the lift. Let's go over
When
here.
Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
I know.
Stanley knew it perfectly
Yes,
well.
I do know.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yep, totally.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
We're not gonna go that way. We're gonna go this
I'm
way
not
now.
your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Yeah, right.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For her.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
That's... I don't think that's good, man. That doesn't set... The way you worded that...
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another... Oh, no, you can't... You just unplug the phone.
Yes.
Now, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You
Well-
actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's
What?
not possible.
What'd you see?
I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Oh.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol.
Yeah, I
for
did last
real-world
time, and you
decision
put me
making.
in
Or you
Minecraft.
do not grasp the severity of the situation. Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Uh-oh.
Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person.
Oh my
But
gosh.
if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous.
Okay.
For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real.
That
Allow
person's
the
not
person
okay.
to finish their thought,
Makes sense.
then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the
What?
best part to a healthy decision-making process.
What is going on there?
Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the
thanks.
feeling should subside.
Okay.
At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay. I don't have the option to. Okay.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all.
Of course.
We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna stop that there for right now. We're out of time for today for this episode. I will be doing another episode on this and trying to find a bunch of different endings and things I can do. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, and thank you for watching.